Hi, it's Grace. Welcome to or welcome back to Emposia's channel. Today we're going to be talking about some thriller adaptations that are coming to Netflix in 2021. These are either films or series that Netflix are putting out this year that are based on really popular thrillers that I know a lot of people on BookTube have already read and absolutely loved. I love reading thrillers, one of my favorite genres, and I love watching adaptations of them. Also, stay tuned till the end because I'm going to be telling you about my favorite book adaptation thriller series that is currently streaming on Netflix that if you haven't watched yet, you really have to. So let's go in month order throughout the year. On the 12th of March, so it might actually already be out by the time you're seeing this, there is a new Netflix series which is based on the book The One by John Marrs. This is a kind of sci-fi thriller book which is basically about a new dating app and dating service where you're matched up with the one. They've worked out the science behind the one person that you're destined to be with, and you follow a lot of different characters as they go on this journey meeting the one. You've got the woman who created the app, you've got some false identities, people trying to trick the system, people who find their one only to find out that they're already dead. I think this one is going to be so good on screen. Absolutely can't wait to watch it and see what Netflix do with it. Then in May we have a film. This is probably one of the most anticipated films. We've all been waiting for this for so long, and it is the film The Woman in the Window, based on the book by AJ Finn. This book has just been everywhere ever since it came out. Everyone was reading it and loving it, and then there was the added drama of the author who was using a pen name and some kind of scandalous real life things that came out about the author. This book has just been thrilling in every aspect since it came out. This film's been in the works for ages, it kept getting pushed back, but we finally got a date now, and on the 14th of May we'll be able to watch the film The Woman in the Window. So this is about a woman who is agoraphobic. She doesn't leave the house, but then as she's looking through her blinds one day, she thinks she sees a crime being committed. This film is also starring Amy Adams, who is just the queen of the thriller adaptation. She played Camille, the main character in the TV show Sharp Objects, which was adapted from the book by Gillian Flynn. And I mean, that book is one of my all-time favorite thrillers, so we're in safe hands with Amy Adams. I think this one is going to be huge this year. Another series that we'll be getting in 2021, although Netflix haven't given us a specific date yet, is the TV series adaptation of Anatomy of a Scandal by Sarah Vaughan. When this book came out a couple of years ago, it was just that book that you would see everywhere, like being on a bus, being on a train, walking down the street, there was just always someone reading that book. It's a courtroom drama set in the UK in London, where a really high profile man who is in politics is accused of an awful crime and the impact that has on his wife, and then the female barrister who is prosecuting him. It's a lot of really privileged elite people doing awful things. It's very scandalous. I always think courtroom dramas specifically work so well in adaptation because it's a lot of kind of like dialogue, trying to trip up witnesses. There's just so much drama when it's in the courtroom, and hopefully it'll be as popular as the book was. Another TV show coming at some point this year is You Series 3. I probably don't even need to say this is adapted from the book series by Caroline Kepnes. This follows Joe, who is a young man who works in a bookshop, and he meets this girl who he thinks is like the love of his life. But instead of, you know, just like asking her out like a normal person, Joe stalks her. And it's so clever, the series, because although we're not like rooting for Joe, like he's an awful stalker who does some pretty heinous things while trying to get this girl to fall in love with him, he's so smart about it. It's so kind of fun in a twisted way to watch him do it and see how he manages to like orchestrate all of this stuff so that they fall in love with each other. I watched series 1 of You when it came out, and I hadn't read the book and I didn't really know what to expect, and I was obsessed, completely binge watched it all. The same for season 2. I actually think season 2 did such a good job of matching the levels of hype around season 1, so that was based on the second book in the series, Hidden Bodies, and then the third book in the series is actually also coming out this year. So I'm not sure if the TV show has had like sneak peeks or if they're going to go off in different directions. I don't know, which would you prefer? Do you want it to stick to the book, or do you just want as much You content as possible? But yeah, I'm very excited to see what on earth Joe will be getting up to this time. I think we all know that he can't just leave it alone and settle down. He will find someone else to stalk. And then the last series I want to talk about that is coming to Netflix this year is Pieces of Her, which is adapted from the book by Karin Slaughter. Karin Slaughter is like the queen of booktube thrillers, I think. Everyone just seems to absolutely love her, and I can see why. Her books are always so fast-paced and thrilling and gripping. They're often pretty dark, like pretty gratuitous. Some awful things happen to her characters. She really puts them through the ringer. So hopefully the TV show will be just as thrilling and scary. This might be one that I have to watch in the daytime when there's someone else in the house. So the plot of Pieces of Her follows a mother and a daughter, Andy and Laura. So Andy has always thought she knows everything there is to know about her mother. They live in a very small town, but she begins to think that Laura is hiding something. And then one day there's this kind of big incident that happens at a shopping mall. There's a terrible kind of act of violence, and Andy starts to see a new side of her mother and has to dig into the secrets of her past. That's another thing Karin Slaughter is so good at, is like hidden secrets, family drama. I think she writes families so well. A lot of her books are to do with sisters. This one's a mother and daughter duo, and yeah, I can't wait to see it brought to the screen. So as I promised, the series that I have personally been binging recently, and everyone needs to watch it, is the adaptation of Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. So this book has always been a controversial one. All I'll say is there is a huge twist at the end of the book and at the end of the TV series that some people absolutely love and some people absolutely hate. So what side are you on? If you want to find out, you'll have to watch it. So they're all the series that I wanted to talk about that are coming to Netflix this year. What I really want to know is, what is the one thriller book that you want to be adapted the most? Leave it in the comments below, and hopefully Netflix will see it and adapt it. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye!